search to find the love within. I came back to let you know.
Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. It's Gratsi. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy New Year. I'm so excited for this year and coming back with a new setup, new quality. Let me know what you guys think. Put so much investment and effort into this, so I hope you guys appreciate it. You guys deserve it, obviously, but I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's going to be a makeup tutorial. I'm going to be talking you through this everyday makeup look. I will be doing another full beat, full glam tutorial, but let's ease our way into it. Well, let's not do too much. Let's walk before we can run. But I've really been improving my makeup and I've been getting tips from loads of different makeup artists, like Makeup by Mario, Ariel, all of those world-renowned makeup artists. So I have included some of these tips in this tutorial, so keep on watching to see that they're literally game changers. Like, no cap, like your makeup game is going to elevate. It doesn't take too long to do either. It's nothing crazy. It's all in the technique. So let's just get into it. Okay, love you. Okay, we're starting off with skin, which is one of the most important parts of your makeup. If you don't have a good base, then your makeup just isn't going to turn out as good as it can. So we're starting off with the Garnier Vitamin C Brightening Serum. I love this because I feel like it just helps my makeup glide on really well, and it gives a nice healthy dew to my skin as well. This is just part of my normal skincare routine, but I thought I'd show you because I love this under my makeup. It's also kind of tacky when it dries, so that also helps. I'm just using cocoa butter to moisturize my lips because we don't want dry lips. When we come to do our lip liner and lipstick at the end, we want our lips to be nice and smooth and prepped, so that's really important. This is the Fenty Hydra Visor Moisturizer. I love this stuff. If you don't like scents in your products, then this is probably not for you, but I really like it. I love how moisturizing it is. It's quite thick. And look at that glow. And I also do everything that I do to my face to my hands and my neck also. This is my SPF, Bondi Sands SPF 50. Really inexpensive. Just a drugstore staple that everybody needs. I've been using this for years now and I love it. It doesn't give you a grey cast, a blue cast, nothing like that. It just looks gorgeous and really nice and dewy under the skin. So this is the face, how it's looking for the prep, and I love it. What do you think? Moving on to the brows, I just whizzed through that because you don't want to see that. I'm not amazing at brows yet, but I will show you in my full beat breakdown. I'm just trying to perfect them. This is the Fenty primer. I absolutely love this stuff. Been also using this for years on and off. I love this. It gives a really nice soft matte finish. I don't like a super matte finish for me. I like a kind of dew. I like my skin to kind of dew underneath my makeup, if that makes any sense. So this is perfect for me. I have quite dry skin anyway, so I don't really worry about oils. So yeah, I have combination skin, so this is perfect for me. And it makes my makeup last all day and also adds a nice kind of filter to my makeup, I'd say. I really love this stuff. Okay, so we're done with the skin base. Let's move on to the makeup base. This is the Charlotte Tilbury. So a little goes a long way with this foundation. I'm basically using 3 full pumps, but I'm distributing the last pump across my mouth because I have hyperpigmentation around my mouth. This foundation, oh my gosh, like it's literally so full coverage. Look at how well it covers my hyperpigmentation around my mouth. I used to always have to conceal around my mouth and I don't do that anymore because of this foundation. It's literally incredible. Look at that. Literally covers so well. You can see. You could actually probably use less, but I basically use a bit more extra because of my hyperpigmentation. Really love this. I've been using it for about 2 years. I'm definitely gonna re-up on this as well because it's nearly done, but it's lasted me such a long time. Absolutely love it. So I use that with a pretty dense foundation brush. This is the Fenty Beauty one, and I just make sure that it's all well nice and blended all around my face, making sure I have the sides and a little bit of my neck as well. So it blends really well, especially in photos. You don't want to look like your face is a different color to your neck. That's not cute. So take your time with this. Make sure it's nice and blended. And then I go in with the black beauty blender sponge. Now the black one is 100% the best. I love this so much. It blends so well. Make sure it's damp as well, because I have used it both damp and not damp, and damp is always so much better. And make sure it's clean as well. Doing that is going to make such a big difference. Moving on to my concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Maple. This is my winter shade. In the summer I use Chestnut. I absolutely love this concealer. Also been using this for about 2 years. I just find it so high coverage, and I don't usually have to mix it to get fuller coverage. Like, it just does such a good job by itself. I love this concealer. I think this is my second bottle, and it lasts so long as well. Like, you don't need much. It goes such a long way. So I just put that under my eyes, on my chin. So I go under my eyes, on my chin, and on the bridge of my nose just a little bit. I then wait a couple of minutes to just let that concealer almost set in a way. I don't like to blend it straight away because I feel like it gives it higher coverage when you let it set. So I start kind of contouring. At this time I'm using the iconic, I forget what it's called, I'm gonna leave it in the description box. It's just like a foundation, but it's like a skin tint but darker, so it doesn't have super full coverage, but it just adds some depth to the face. I couldn't find my normal contour brush, so I'm just using this small brush today, but I usually use a little bit of a bigger brush to blend that out. Do that on my jawline to chisel that out, and then my contour as well, my contour lines as well. And then I kind of point out my chin with this as well, just to make sure I have a little bit of dimension. And then I use the bottom of my beauty blender to blend this out, so it gives it a really natural finish. Make sure you don't use the top of your beauty blender where you use the concealer, because that's just literally countering the concealer. I use the bottom of it where it's clean, and then after I feel like that's all nice and blended, that's when I go back to use the pointy part to conceal under my eyes. As you can see, that part is still clean. I use a pretty light hand with this. I don't blend too hard because I want that concealer to stay. I don't want to blend it away, so I literally use gentle taps to kind of just move the concealer a little bit, not too much, and just blend that out. As you can see, it's kind of fanned out, but the concealer is still there. We want it to still be visible, okay? We don't want it to blend out into nothing. So as you can see, it blends so well. Oh, this beauty blender, if you're gonna get anything from this tutorial, get the black beauty blender. It's an absolute game changer when it comes to blending your makeup. Like, oh, I love this so much. This is like my third one that I've purchased. So good. Then I blend upwards, so it kind of gives my face a lift. And it's a nice base for when I do my eyeliner as well. As you can see, this is the most important part, the blending. Make sure it's nice and blended. Going to the other side as well, I squeeze it as well. That's a really good technique. Make sure you squeeze it so you don't spread the concealer too much down your face. You want to keep it at the top of your face. You don't want it to spread to your cheeks or anything like that. Make sure it's squeezed so that it stays there. Blend. You know the vibes. And then that's when I go in with a little bit of concealer on the bridge, just to highlight that tip of my nose and the bridge. Squeeze it again and just blend it to create a line. I do sometimes use a brush with this as well. It doesn't really matter, but as you can see there, I'm reverse contouring and it's already creating like a line on the sides of my nose. This helps me not to use too much product when it comes to contouring. I just follow that natural line that is already there from the reverse contour. Then I add a little bit of more concealer, the same shade. Again, I'm leaving it to get a bit more tacky and set and become more full coverage. And then I go in with a small brush to contour my nose lightly. I don't use a super dark shade. I use something pretty similar to just a shade or two darker than my skin tone. Usually a shade, honestly. I don't like it to be too dark because then it's too obvious. So I just want like a light shadow, nothing too crazy. Then I blend out the second layer of that concealer, and then I also reverse contour the contour I already had on there just to make it stand out a little bit more. Don't worry, we're going to blend this all out later so it looks really nice and seamless. This is literally just the remnants of the product on the sponge. I don't add any more to reverse contour because I feel like it'll look too harsh. So it's literally just to disperse that product that's left from the under eyes. And then I just touch up wherever I think needs touching up, really. I'm leaving the majority of this in because I want you guys to see how blending is literally the key for flawless application. I feel like if there's streaks, that's when it looks a bit blotchy. So this is the final blend, and then it's time to set. To set, I'm using the Huda Beauty loose baking powder in the shade Banana Bread with a puff. Oh my gosh, this puff is also a game changer. I absolutely love this. I introduced this in my makeup routine the past month and it's been a game changer. I love it so much. You just have to be careful to make sure you set every single part of your concealer, otherwise it will look like it's creased. I literally forgot. I literally missed a tiny part under my eye, so it kind of has a little line on there, but it is what it is. It's not perfect, but it's because probably I was filming and my mirror was quite far. But this puff, you have to get it. You have to get this puff and you have to get the Beauty Blender sponge. Like, it's so good, so flawless. It literally makes your makeup look like you have a filter on it. It's 10 out of 10. Oh, literally, it's changed my makeup for sure. So I just go on all the parts I've added the concealer, under my eyes, on my chin, and then on the lower part of my chin as well, where I first contoured. So this is the technique I use. I kind of just pat it in. I don't leave too much powder on there. Like, I don't really use the baking technique. I just kind of set it with a good amount of powder, and then I blend it out later. Again, I'm kind of reverse contouring my contour. I don't powder the whole nose. I kind of leave the concealer. I kind of leave the contour shade as it is so that it's a bit more prominent and it brings out the bridge of my nose. So just pat away. So then at this point, I kind of set my face and then I go in with the powder. This is the first face spray that I use. And then it's time to bronze and blush. This bronzer is absolutely amazing, the Juvia's Place. I'll leave the exact shade in the description box. I mix the two at the high points of my cheekbones, essentially, so above my contour. I love this shade so much and it works really well on a lot of skin tones. I do a lot of my friends' makeup when we're going out and stuff and it works so well for them. Look at the difference it makes on my face. Like, it's 10 out of 10. Sometimes I don't even contour. I just use this bronzer and it is just chef's kiss. So I use this with basically like a contouring brush. I like it to be a bit tapered so that it hits the high points of my face really well. And it's a lot easier to work with a brush like that. And then I just go in topping up or blending as I see fit. I keep topping it up because with this, it's like you can use a pretty heavy hand. So I just keep going and then topping it up as I go along, making sure that it doesn't look too much. It's really good to do this in parts because I just feel like you have better control. And then I use the same shade to kind of bronze my eyelids when I'm not using eyeshadow. On a daily basis, I don't really use eyeshadow. I just use a bronzer on my eyes, but it does add a really nice warm color and I love it. And it helps to kind of make my face look a lot more seamless because I'm using the same shade to bronze with my eyes, and it just looks really nice and effortless. And then I kind of bring that in to the top of my nose as well, just to add a little bit more depth and blend, and it blends really well with the eyes. So this is the blush that I usually use. It's actually an eyeshadow. It's the Kylie X Kendall collection, and it's that really nice pink blush. I go in layers because I don't want to be that girl that has way too much blush on. I have been experimenting with blush more recently, so I'm still kind of like getting into it. So yeah, this is what it looks like with a really light hand, but you can go heavy-handed and it does look really pretty either way. This is just what I've been doing on a day-to-day basis. Then it's time for the lips and the eyes. So this is my favorite part of makeup. Like, I love doing my lips. I use the Morphe Trendsetter lip liner. I have like 3 of these. I literally bought so many. So first I start with a Cupid's bow and I chisel that out and I overline it just ever so slightly. I kind of like that look. It's not for everybody, but I feel like it adds a really nice shape to the lips. And then I go on my bottom lip, just line that. This liner is so creamy and so well pigmented, and it lasts so long, which is why I love it. I love the color as well, especially for dark skin girlies. And then I use this Morphe lipstick, which comes in the trio. I love the shade. It's just really nice nude. It kind of looks like a concealer, which is what I like. And then I use this ABH liquid lip. I will leave everything in the description box. And then, I use the Fenty Chocolit Heat lip gloss to line my lips. Absolutely love this. I basically go over the liner. I got this technique from Yvonne Victoria. I watched one of her tutorials ages ago and I've been doing it ever since. It just makes your lips look so juicy. I love it. I don't go on my entire lip. I just use it for the liner. And then I use this NYX liquid lip. And then I usually use a clear gloss as well, but that's what my lips look like. And then I'm just using any random liner to lightly line my eyes. I start with the main line and then I do the wings. Once I have that foundation, I feel like it's a little bit easier this way. And then that's when I add the little flick at the end when I have a nice guide. You see how the concealer helps with like mapping out your liner. Then I just use a mascara. This is the Iconic mascara. I actually really like the mascara. I'm using these random lashes that I found, just really easy everyday ones. My mirror was quite far from me, so I couldn't quite see my lash band properly. I know one of them is a little bit lifted, so it's not the end of the world, but yeah, make sure that your lash band is as close to your natural lash as possible. Clip them together if you can with your hands, but I just didn't clock it. It is what it is. So then I use a powder that's close to my skin tone to kind of blend all of that out and make sure it looks nice and seamless. You'll see a difference with the other side of my face where I haven't done it. It just makes everything look like one nice blended base, and I just love it. Can you see the difference there? So yeah, I use a fluffy brush for this, not too fluffy, make sure it's still a little bit dense so it picks up that product. And then time to seal the deal. I use this Fenty Phat Water setting spray. I absolutely love this stuff. It just adds a really nice dew to the face. And then I use my beauty blender to blend that spray into my face. I saw this technique on TikTok and I absolutely loved it when I tried it, so I've just been doing it ever since. It kind of just merges your face and I don't know what it does, but it just does something, and I love it. It definitely does make a difference for me. Let that set, and then we're pretty much done. Oh, one last thing, I used the Fenty bronzer. I'm going to leave the exact shade in the description box. I love this stuff as well, just to add dimension. You can never have too many bronzers or blushes, in my opinion. I love to mix to get that perfect shade for that particular day or whatever mood I'm in. And then spray again, and then pretty much that is it. I'm just kind of being a perfectionist right now, but you can literally stop there. I just want it to be as close to perfect for the video as I could, so that's why I'm doing the most. That's the final look. It's giving, it's nice, it's blended. I'm obsessed, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment below if you want to see the full beat tutorial. Leave a like and this chocolate heart emoji if you watch to the end so that I know. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you next time. Mwah. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned a thing or two, and make sure you subscribe for more videos, more tutorials. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I'm going to be filming a lot more chit chat videos as well, sit down videos, vlogs. Just let me know what you want in the comments. What you want is what you're going to get. Okay, make sure you leave a like, comment and subscribe for more of these videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one.